It was just another ordinary night in the city. Quiet streets, the hum of distant traffic, people going about their lives as if nothing could possibly go wrong. But ordinary, sometimes, can change in an instant. Until one stranger walked into the lives of people who would never forget him. A stranger who appeared at the exact right moment when fate itself seemed to hang in the balance, and then disappeared. Nobody knew who he was, where he came from, or why he chose that moment to act. And yet, his presence would leave a mark on everyone who witnessed it. This is the story of that night, the night that changed everything. Stay with me, because what happens next is something you have to see to believe, something that will make you question how fragile our lives really are, and how one person, just one stranger, can change the course of everything. Meet Emma, a young woman working late, her shoulders heavy with exhaustion after a long, draining day. The streets were quiet, eerily quiet, and she moved quickly, her mind racing with thoughts of home, warmth, and sleep. She was tired, distracted, barely noticing the world around her, completely unaware that danger was silently lurking just around the corner. Shadows seemed to stretch longer than usual that night, and somewhere in those shadows, a figure watched her every step. It moved quietly, deliberately, blending seamlessly with the darkness. No one knew his intentions or why he was there. And then, in a single terrifying instant, everything changed. Emma's heart pounded so hard she thought it might burst from her chest. Every instinct screamed at her to run, to escape, but her legs, they wouldn't move. She was frozen, trapped in the terror of the moment. The shadowy figure lunged, fast, silent, menacing, closing the distance between them in a heartbeat. And then, just as all hope seemed lost, a stranger appeared, out of nowhere, as if materializing from the darkness itself. Without a word, without hesitation, he stepped between them, his presence commanding and calm. He pushed Emma back, shielding her from harm with a single decisive movement. The attacker stumbled, confused, caught off guard, and in a flash, he vanished into the night, swallowed by the shadows he had emerged from. All that remained was the stranger, calm, composed, unshakable. And then, just as suddenly as he appeared, he was gone, leaving Emma with only one memory, a life saved, and a mystery that would haunt her forever. Emma's mind raced, questions spinning out of control. Who was he? Where had he come from? Why had he chosen to step in, to risk everything for a stranger he didn't even know? And most haunting of all, where had he gone? Some heroes appear at the exact right moment, as if summoned by fate itself. They act swiftly, decisively, and then, just as quietly as they came, they disappear, leaving behind only a memory, a story that feels almost unreal, and a sense of wonder that lingers long after the moment has passed. The next day, Emma couldn't stop thinking about him. Every detail replayed in her mind. The way he moved, the calmness in his eyes, the sheer confidence with which he acted. Who was this stranger? A guardian angel sent at just the right moment? Or simply a random hero walking the streets like any of us until fate put him in her path? No one knew, and strangely, he left no trace, no name, no clue, nothing but the memory of what he had done. Sometimes, the world surprises us with people who appear exactly when we need them most, people who step in at the perfect moment and change everything, people who touch our lives so profoundly and then vanish, leaving only questions, wonder, and an overwhelming sense of gratitude that words cannot describe. Emma began searching, desperate for answers. She asked everyone she could think of, neighbors, shopkeepers, even the few people who were nearby that night. She scoured every lead, every scrap of information, every possible clue,
but it was as if he had vanished into thin air. No name, no face, no record anywhere. Every trail led to a dead end. It was as if he existed only in that single life-saving moment, appearing out of nowhere, performing a heroic act, and then disappearing before anyone could comprehend what had happened. And yet, that single moment had changed everything. It had altered the course of her life, her perspective on people, and left her with a lingering question that would never fully fade. Who was he, and why had he chosen her just for that night? Some heroes don't ask for recognition. They act quietly, without expectation, without applause, without anyone even knowing. Some heroes vanish into the night, leaving only stories behind. Stories that ripple through the lives they've touched. Stories that feel almost unreal, yet are true. And sometimes, the most extraordinary people are the ones we never see again. The ones whose presence changes everything in an instant, and then disappears, leaving only a lingering sense of wonder. The next time something unbelievable happens, the next time someone appears at just the right moment, remember this: the world is full of hidden heroes, heroes who are there when we need them most, and who may vanish before we even have the chance to say thank you. Their actions, their courage, their kindness may go unnoticed by many, but they leave a mark on the world and on the hearts of those they save. And sometimes, just sometimes, we are lucky enough to witness them, if only for a fleeting moment.